Max, this is really weird. Max? Hey guys, me and my friend Max, I told you we're gonna see Doctor Strange together. We saw it a day after it came out, and he just touched his hair. I'm joking. Just calm down. So we saw Doctor Strange, and we decided to review it together.
You know
we
what
saw
I
a
found?
day.
It's like there's a lot of doctors like in the comic book world. Dr. Phosphorus, Dr. Eclipse, Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus, Dr. Manhattan.
Are you done?
Dr.
Anyways, we saw it a day after it came out, so we could review it for you guys. And, so basically, let's get into the review. So, basically, Doctor Strange stars, Benedict Cumberbatch. Imitation Game, you guys probably know him. You guys know
And a lot of other stuff, man.
Yeah, I know, but you know, the Imitation Game is like the most recent really good one, so.
Yep, you're probably right.
Just be quiet or I'll hit you again. Yeah, your rating's pretty terrible.
No, it's not. It ain't. It ain't.
Pretty terrible, man. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
You want to die?
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's a joke. Okay, anyway. You gotta calm down.
Read!
Have a laugh.
Read!
Have a laugh.
Read it!
Have a laugh once in a
Read
while.
the notes!
Okay, anyways, so, Tilda Swinton plays the Ancient One. Sorry, guys, we're getting off task. We need to stick to it. Anyway, Tilda Swinton plays the Ancient One. I know in the comics she's supposed to be an Asian male, but, you know, it doesn't really, it doesn't matter to me because she was very good in this movie. She was one of his favorite characters in the movie. And, yeah, Mads Mikkelsen was one of the villains in the movie. He was pretty much like, he wasn't the main villain was Dormammu, but he was like right underneath him, and he was basically the first person Doctor Strange fights, which is...
He's more or less the cliched supervillain that you later find out is not on top.
Who, Dormammu?
No, the person that Mads Mikkelsen plays.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Now we're talking about
and you know Mads Mikkelsen from, like, all I can think of right now is Casino Royale. He's very good in that. Probably one of the best Bond villains that I've seen. I haven't seen too many Bond movies, but from the ones that I've seen, he was definitely one of them.
Okay, let's just stick to this. Anyways, Benedict Wong was basically the comic relief in this movie.
Comic relief. He was the person, he was like a bookkeeper sort of thing.
Yeah.
He was also very strong in the power and the magic. Like, he had already been trained.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. His name was just Wong in the movie, so there was a lot of funny parts with him. And,
yeah, there was Rachel Adams.
Rachel McAdams.
It says Rachel Adams.
I know, okay, I got it. There's scissors right there.
Anyway, so Rachel Adams was basically Doctor Strange's friend. We kind of debated whether she was like they were in love because I don't know, she kissed him on the cheek at one part, but that's not really, I guess, love, but
no, they were really good friends. They were best friends.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't a I mean, she was sort of a love interest. I mean, for Stephen Strange. I mean, they never really specifies what their relationship is. I just say they were friends, just to sum it up.
Yeah, Chiwetel
Chiwetel. Looks like a V, but it's a W.
LGO4. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name in real life.
But he was awesome.
It's pretty ironic because in the movie his name is just Mordor. Just Mordor. And like in real life, Chiwetel Ejiofor. And so it's so simple in the movie, obviously, but anyways, he played Mordor, and he was basically teaching Doctor Strange. He's training him as well as the Ancient One. It was mostly the Ancient One, but he was training him as well. And yeah, those are the characters. Overall, the acting was like actually very good, but I guess some people, as he said, he thought the villain was cliched and the villains were cliched and stuff. And yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure who played Dormammu, and it's not his fault that the villain, that Dormammu as a character, was atrocious. Oh my gosh. It was a big CGI blob, and it just said stuff like, you know, your world is mine, you're gonna die under my iron grasp, like all the cliche supervillain things. There was nothing special, nothing unique, nothing that made me want to see more of him. He was nothing.
Understandable, yeah.
He was a big head that just went, "You're gonna die, Stephen Strange."
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, no, it's fine. We're reviewing the movie. But anyways.
We are? Really? Okay. So it's an origin story. This movie. So it's very predictable. You can.
We're getting into the movie itself now.
You can really, before you see the movie, you could pretty much theorize. There you go.
Theorize.
The major beats of this movie.
That's nice. So anyways, we were talking about the origin story before you stupid phone, you rudely interrupted us. Anyways, let's go.
Talking of phones.
Yeah. So yeah, the origin story, as he was saying, basically,
Doctor Strange, or Stephen Strange, is a neurosurgeon. Very arrogant, cocky neurosurgeon, as I established.
And he's a neurosurgeon, and basically he's just, he starts driving on this, like, mountain. And he's driving
in his Lamborghini.
In a Lamborghini, and it goes, like, really, really fast. And he gets into an accident, basically, but it's so predictable that he's going to get into an accident, because first of all, he's, like, in a Lamborghini going, like, and there's a car here, and he just goes, there's a car, say the car's moving like this, he goes like that, and he just goes in front of all, like, two cars, and he's going so fast, and as well as him doing that, he's going, like,
he's looking down at something somebody sent to him, and you're like,
and he's
what are
just
you doing, man? Stop it.
Look
at the road.
And then he looks, and you think, yeah, there's gonna be something in front of him or something, but then he just, like, sort of side bumps into this other car, and then, this is the part I don't like. He starts flying around, he's tumbling down a mountain in his car, and he's just, like, falling, and his car goes boom right on the ground, and it keeps tumbling, and then it's just there, and he survives.
Dude, it looked ridiculous. It's like, oh, there's another drop, oh, there goes another one, okay, oh, there goes another one, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
You can't live after that, man. But he did. It's a movie, and it's the main character.
Yeah,
what do you expect?
But basically, he survives somehow. And then he's, like, basically waking up on his hospital bed, his hands have, like, things in them, and he's just, like, and, like, half of his mouth is kind of closed, kind of, like, a bit, like, could look like you could say it's kind of like Two-Face, but it's not. But, half his mouth is just, like, closed, and he's like, what did they do to me and stuff, and he's, like, talking to Rachel McAdams, and then basically, he's, like, he sees his hands, and when he turns off, and they're just, like, shaking. They're just, like, shaking.
They're very bad. He can't do anything for a long time. He undergoes, like, several procedures to get his to get his hands
But,
fixed, and
I know I'm not sticking to the topic right now, but his acting, shaking his hands, was very, very good. Like, he was just kind of like, he would like pick. This is later in the movie, but he would like pick up a pencil and would just try to write something and just go.
well, that's also in the beginning because he's trying to talk to people, he's trying to get anybody to fix his hands, but he's also being very difficult with them. So he's not really seeing their point of view. So he gets very, very
frustrated.
Yeah,
and then he's like arrogant and stuff, and he's just looking for a cure, and then he comes across this guy who had like a broken back. He was pretty much like dead, and somehow he got healed from this place in Nepal called Kamartaj, I think it was. Kamartaj. And basically it's in Nepal, and it's just like, he tells him how it's done, and he basically, Doctor Strange, or Stephen Strange, he doesn't believe it because he's thinking this like magic stuff that's not possible. But he's like, I'll just go there, and he just goes, and basically the guy who has broken back, he tells him about all this stuff. So he goes to Nepal. He tries to find this place called Kamartaj. So as he goes into Kamartaj, he meets the Ancient One and Mordor, and basically all the fun happens where she like
the adventure begins,
and she like punches him, and his body comes out.
That's the scene from the trailer. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and
the scene where he first realized what this world's gonna be like. Did you find it to be too cartoonish?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, I did. It's just when he realizes what's gonna happen to him, or what the Ancient One is doing to him, it didn't look very good. But anyway.
So yeah, the humor in this movie, it was really funny.
It hit well. It hit.
I mean, for me, I don't know if it's for you, but there was like a very few parts in the movie, but like there were some humor parts in the movie. I just kind of forced myself to laugh because everybody else was, but I didn't think it was that funny. But there were some parts in the movie I was just like really laughing. Like, for example, the funniest part in this movie is when Stephen Strange's cape, what's it called again?
The Cloak of Levitation.
Cloak of Levitation. The cape thing he has, and it comes off him and goes to one of the villains. It
latches onto one of the
villains. One of basically what's his name? Mads Mikkelsen's men, basically, and it just starts. The cape just like is on his head, and it just starts like slamming him to the ground. So he's just like,
it's like
and he's like moving all over the place, and we're all just laughing the whole theater. And then after that, it shows this part that's really serious, and that part just affected me so much. I was laughing so much that it was such a serious part, and I was just like, because he was in that scene.
It was in the
I was just
spot.
thinking about that for so long, and then I was just laughing my head off when it was like such a serious scene, and I was just like, okay, I shouldn't be laughing right now.
So, humor that you would expect from a Marvel movie, it's there. It's really good.
Yeah.
And the Stan Lee cameo is there that you would normally expect from a Marvel movie. As for the story, it's predictable. You can really theorize the major beats because it's an origin story. What do you expect? If you have any
it is a
gripes,
really good story, but there's like some.
It's familiar.
moments.
If you have any gripes about the main plot, just pass it off. Well, don't just ignore it. But it is an origin story. I see where they're coming from. If you thought it was too familiar.
Right. So, there was also one thing we really didn't like. There was this other dimension. And you know what they called it? The Dark Dimension. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let that sink in.
It's like we're going to the dark. Which one? Like, how many like movies called like an evil sort of dimension plays the dark dimension.
They could have called it something
That's
unique,
like that Thor movie.
but they called it the Dark Dimension.
That's like that Thor movie that I really liked it, but it's called Thor: The Dark World. Like, you could turn off the lights in my room and I could be like, look, it's a dark world. And okay. And another thing about this plot of this story is that some elements were very rushed.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't entirely sink in. So it shows him training, and then some time passes, and he's mastered some elements of his training. I'm like, how much time has passed here? Like a year, months, a day?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it just, nevertheless, it seemed rushed.
Yeah.
But I did like how the Ancient One dealt with Stephen Strange's arrogance, and made him just given to the training and the magic.
Also, I forgot to mention, I really love the part when he first goes to Camertage, he's just kind of at the door for like hours, the whole day.
That was good.
He's just there.
And then they
he's
let
like,
him in.
and he's like
he's
sitting,
leaning up against the door, and then let him in. He's like,
yeah, he's leaning against the door, and he's like, oh, don't shut me out. And then like she presses the button and opens the door, and he just falls backwards. He's like, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
that
was pretty funny. Yeah, the humor in this movie was pretty good. So yeah, we talked about how lame the Dark Dimension is, the name, at least.
And even more lame was the main villain. So Mads Mikkelsen's character, again, sort of the cliched supervillain that you find out later that he's not on top. He's not the one who rules everything. So the main villain's named Dormammu.
And he absolutely hated him.
Well, he looks so different from the comics, and it's atrocious. It's like a big CGI blob of a head saying the most cliched, villainous things that you could ever say. Like, it was horrible. I hated it. I couldn't stand it.
Uh-huh.
That's just a nitpick. I'm just being nitpicky about that. So, another gripe I had was he gets this object in the movie where you're not supposed to touch it because it really mutilates and deforms what the trainers are trying to teach Doctor Strange. And he uses it at the end, and in my opinion, he becomes too overpowered. You know what he's talking? What I know I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Eye thing?
Yeah, the eye thing. It looks like it's an eye.
It's an eye.
Yeah. Does he become too overpowered with that?
Well, it's not really him who gets overpowered. It's just that that thing is overpowered, and he can use it because he's just gifted.
Yeah, that's a major nitpick. That's nothing you should be worrying about, guys.
So yeah, that was our review. We're gonna say what our actual scores for it are now. So we'll start off with my review. I'm gonna give Doctor Strange an 8.5. There were definitely 8.5 out of 10. That is. There were definitely flaws in this movie, but overall, I think you guys should go check this out. It's worth your time, definitely. Max, you should give your review. Wait, Max!
My score out of 10 is oh jeez, 7.8 out of 10. It's the most unique Marvel film in the universe. Super fun. Definitely check it out. It's a really great time. Benedict Cumberbatch was so good. Oh my gosh. I knew he'd be good, but it was like Deadshot in Suicide Squad. I was like, Will Smith is definitely going to add something new to this character, but he was so much better than I thought he would be. And that's what I think about Doctor Strange and the Batch of Cumber portraying him.
Yeah, that's what
The reason I gave it a 7.8 is because, and not higher, is because nothing really blew my mind.
But anyways, so that was our review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a really long video, and it's going to take us a long time to edit. So I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked and shared. And as always, peace out.
Peace out. Oh!
Holy crap, man, you alright? I got a haircut, by the way. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I changed my score for The Accountant. I'm actually going to give it 10 out of 10. I just thought about it more, and I love that movie. It was great. I know this. I should have said that in my Accountant review, but that movie is actually 10 out of 10 for me. I loved it. You should check that out, too. He's dead. I'm going to go. See you guys later. This is the aftermath of me accidentally calling Dormammu a moo.
I'm gonna shank you.
That was horrible, man.
You're just like, God, oh God.
No,
This is the part when we talk about Moo Moo.
No, I was like, cause we're editing, and then I'm just like, oh, no, this is the part where we talk about Hamumu. And I didn't at all mean to be funny or anything.
Hey, Rorschach. You're pretty famous, right?
Okay, stop making Watchmen references. Actually, goodbye this time. See you guys later.